Hi, my name is Chris Paulik, and I'd like to show you my setup and my procedure for making radius dishes. This is my setup for routing the dish. It's the sled, which is made based on a system called a long compass, where the rails, instead of being curved here at the radius that the dish is to be carved out in, which is typically the way most people do it, it's built on a system called a long compass, where these bottom of these rails are actually at an angle that corresponds to the radius that I'm going to be cutting. This is a 15-foot radius here, and this part here has to be taken out so that when it's routing the dish, the dish is up here, and as this goes deeper in, there's no clearance here on the dish, so you have to take out that part. And also this system, what I have is I do 15-foot raises for the back of the guitar and 25 for the top. So I have to do to switch this over to a 25-foot radius is to put these rails, screw them onto the side, which are cut at the different angle, and it actually raises that up so that then it rides on this rail. And the 15-foot radius is a steeper angle, and that'll ride down on the rail then. Pretty convenient. Here I'll do a pan of the sides so you can see how the angle goes down. Then it goes up to the pivot point. Then it slopes gradually back down. Then it slopes up again. And this is the other parts of the routing jig. It's a box that's constructed with some melamine pieces that were left over with a dowel in the center. The melamine really lets the dish spin real easy. That way I didn't have to actually purchase a Lazy Susan. And there's just a 1/4 inch brass dowel that I put in the center for the center pin. And these blocks are just to support the corner edge, and plus the dark color block is the guide for the router sled. It's a fairly easy process. You take the blank disc, which needs radius. It's just MDF 3/4. I have two of them back to back. On this side I already have cut out a 25-foot radius, and on this side I'll be putting on a 15-foot radius. With that, take the sled and it mounts over the guides. Then all I do is lower the router bit to just touch the top of the MDF dish. Then lock it in. On the back of the sled I added a plate with some grooves in it which accepts an easy cheap clamp that I bought from Harbor Freight that goes like that, and then I tighten this up, and that way when I'm routing and I want to advance the sled, I just squeeze on the clamp and it adjusts the sled forward. And it also keeps the sled from kicking back from the router when it's routing, kicking backwards. It holds it in place. Allows me to have two hands freed up to turn the disc. There's also a screw which I fasten the end of the clamp to the board with right here at the end. When it's tightened down, that allows me to go ahead and lift the clamp out so I could remove it if I have to. As you can see, the router bit is just touching the top of the dish. I also put two 5-pound weights on top of the sled to help keep it weighed down so that it doesn't lift up while routing also. And I also take my dust collection 4-inch hose and lay it near the back. It does a very well job of sucking up all the dust and keeping it pretty clean in here. Okay, let's start it. I need hearing protection. It gets pretty loud. and eye protection. Here you can see the small chips that get thrown out, and being that it's in the box, it helps catch a lot of them and keeps them in the box instead of all over the shop. And the dust collector does a pretty good job of getting all this bad small dust that you get from MDF. I added this hair slice piece of wood to help block out some of that dust and let the dust collector draw in better for the small dust. As you can see, there's a little bit of it gets thrown over onto the bench itself. But not bad. Easy cleanup. This here, when I get so far through and it starts to build up, then I just take the dust collector hose and suck it all back up, and it's a good to go deal. Well, thanks for watching the video. I hope this helps out some people out there who might be thinking about how to make their own radius dish. And again, thanks for watching.